Danny, welcome to Flyers TV, sponsored by the Bay Hotel. Tough weekends just keep on coming for the Flyers. Firstly, let's talk about tomorrow's game against Braehead. How have you been preparing in the knowledge that you'll be without Kyle Haynes and Matt Nickerson?
Just being a little bit more direct, a little bit more simple. Obviously, there are two key guys in our back end and in our power play as well. Matt plays a big role in front of the net there, and Hainesy's one of the top guys in the league in that position. So I think it's just a matter of being more simple, more direct. We got to ask a little bit more of our forwards this weekend to be a little bit more defensively responsible, make smarter decisions, manage the puck a lot better. And you know what, it is another tough weekend, but I think with the way the league's shaping up, I don't think any teams have an easy weekend this year. And we play well at home. We're excited to be back home. It's been a tough stretch for the club, there's no doubt. A little bit of underperforming play, I think, mixed with some key injuries and obviously the suspension. But you know what, teams all got to go through it. It's just a matter of picking yourself back up and getting back to basics.
With Kyle Haynes out, it leaves you a captain short on the ice. Any news for Flyers fans about who will take his place this weekend?
Yeah, we're gonna in the interim, Chris Auger will take on that captain's role, and then in looking long term, when Kyle's back, Auger will hold on to an assistant captain role. So he's a guy that he's vocal in the room. He's not afraid to hold guys accountable, and to be fair, this season he's probably been one of our most consistent guys, which is key in being in a leadership role.
As you say, Matt's out for the whole weekend and next Friday's match against Cardiff. What's the prognosis for Kyle's injury and when do you expect him back?
Kyle wasn't as severe as we initially thought, but it was still a bit of a bad injury. So there's definitely an area gray with the type of injury he has. It could be anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 weeks, depending on how he recovers and how he responds to treatment. So we'll keep tabs on him. He's a fit guy, takes care of himself. So I would imagine he'd probably get back a lot sooner than some guys would. But he's definitely not a guy we're going to rush along. When he's ready, he'll let us know.
Turning to Saturday, you guys know what to expect from Braehead, and the guys are normally pumped up for that. How do you compensate for having a weakened defensive side to the team with these two guys missing, and how do you fire the rest of the players up to be ready for Braehead?
Like I said, our forwards got to take on a lot more responsibility. Guys got to manage the puck. During this stretch, we've had a tough time with turnovers. Guys not buying into what we want to do, and we just got to execute. Plain and simple, we got to limit those mistakes, and like I said earlier, we just got to manage the puck a lot better in all three zones. Don't over try to create. We got a creative team. We play creative hockey. We play a fast skating pace, but you know what? There's times where a guy might have to make a more simple play, for the benefit of the team if there's nothing else there. So just simplifying our game and our forwards taking on a lot more.
The Flyers fans, certainly in that game against Sheffield last weekend, seemed to appreciate a lot of the effort that the guys put in. So we can expect a bit more of that, and the fans to help the team to get a bit more reactive to the game.
Yeah, our fans always play their part in this building, and it was a solid effort from our guys. Kind of the way the game went, it was a bit of a funny game, but we put a lot of that hard work on ourselves with some undisciplined penalties and some kind of questionable calls, but we won't get into that. But like I said, we made a lot of that on ourselves, and but guys battled through. Guys stayed in the moment, and we killed off games. And after all that time, we were shorthanded. Whether it was 5-on-3, I think it was 4 times. We were still in a hockey game. By 10 minutes left in the third, we had a power play there, and Fleming just missed a wraparound there, and that makes it 3-2. We're back in the game, but we can't play night in night out like that. There's just no way. That's another key this weekend. We got to stay disciplined. And I think with Matty out, Braehead's probably going to have that little bit extra confidence in the physical sense, and guys just gotta, guys might have to suck a few things up and might have to play through that. But we got to stay disciplined and play these guys 5-on-5.
Sunday night then, back over the water to Edinburgh to play a Caps team that are on the rise, and indeed the last time Flyers were in Edinburgh, that was the beginning of this kind of little slump that the team have gone through. It's a narrow loss last time, Danny, so what are your plans to try and kind of set the team back on the rails this weekend?
Well, once we get past Braehead, we'll turn our attention to Edinburgh, and they are a team that's rolling. I think we actually, Dutes and I talked about it earlier in the week that was definitely a defining moment. 10 seconds left in the game, we give up a goal and lose that game, and we've gone on a bit of a slump, whereas they've kind of turned that around and from that game and gone on a good winning streak. So like I said, Murrayfield's always a tough place to go. We keep saying that every week. These teams play so good at home, but Murrayfield, they always played well there, even when they were bottom, but now they're rolling. So we're gonna have to be sharp. It's a tough weekend for us, and we're gonna have to play some of our best hockey and really limit our mistakes and play smart.
Danny, best of luck for the weekend. Thanks for joining Flyers TV, sponsored by the Bay Hotel.
Yeah, no problem.